Hey everybody, Amy Berry here with Berry Property Group. I'm back with Eddie Johansson. Today we're going to be talking about credit cards and how credit cards affect your credit score. And Eddie is the expert on this. So tell us, Eddie, what's the deal with credit cards?
Credit cards are the most score-influencing account that you can have. Way more than score-influencing than a mortgage or an installment or other installment accounts because they're the best predictor of risk. This FICO score is trying to predict the likelihood that you're going to have a 90-day default in the next 24 months. Well, how you manage your credit cards is the best way to tell that. People who constantly keep them maxed out or constantly live beyond their means are more likely to default. Those who manage them well and keep the balances low are less likely to default. Thus, the score will be higher. So here's what you have to do. You don't have to keep your credit cards down all the time, every single day. But 30, 45 days prior to your credit report being pulled, get those balances below 8% of the limit. Yes, 8%. People have said 20, 30, and 50% is best. Ignore them. We spent 12 years figuring this out, thousands of before and afters, and it's 8% or less. You can't beat 10 bucks. The reason I tell you to put it 30, 45 days in advance is because you have to give time for that balance to update. Know that credit card companies are reporting your statement balance each month, never what you pay it down to. So by paying it down and not using it, you give that time for that new balance of that $10 to update, and you'll have peak scores and get a great loan.
Well, okay, so let me ask you this. Why don't we just pay it off? Why don't we just pay off the whole credit card and not carry the debt?
Well, 0 is not the best balance on a credit card when FICO calculates your scores. So the FICO scoring models had to know that a consumer had a credit card and was passing this test, this ability to live beyond their means, and are they not doing it, are they doing it? So a 0 balance, the FICO score will rob some points because it doesn't know if it's open for sure. So we want a small balance on at least one bank card, and that'll maximize your scores, and hopefully they're high enough to get you best terms. If not, then we need to be looking at other things.
Right. And so 8% is pretty low, and I would venture a guess that most people are above that 8%. Right. So if they need help with a strategy of getting that down, what should I pay off first? How should I go about this? Can they contact you?
Yes, and not everybody has to be that low because they don't need all the points. So we're constantly saying, okay, pay this one to here, pay that one to here, pay this one to here to achieve the score level they need to buy a home.
Yeah, so it's not just go pay everything off. There's a strategy to it.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on what you're buying. I mean, some people have to, but others don't.
Yeah.
I met with a couple yesterday. He has to, she doesn't. And so we're telling her just where to get so that she's over the score level for the mortgage loan they want to get.
That's great. Well, thank you, Eddie. That's great information for all of our folks out there. And we're going to be sharing another video with you later next week. So make sure that you check back frequently on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So look for Berry Property Group. That's where you'll find us. And we look forward to talking with you again next week. This is how we're taking you beyond the front door.